What item?
Must focus.
What item am I?
What?
So the first item on this list may seem obvious, but I love it because it is backed up with one of the most rigorous studies ever conducted on a single piece of clothing, an item that you can wear that's going to make you more productive. What magical piece of menswear am I talking about? The classic wristwatch. Now, for a lot of us, the issue is it's redundant. I mean, come on, we carry this mini computer right here in our pocket. Why do I need to have something so archaic on my wrist telling me the time? Well, in an amazing 2015 study by David Ellis titled "Watch Wearing as a Marker of Conscientious," he clearly showed that people that wear watches, men or women, are not only more likely to show up on time, they're also more likely to show up early when simply wearing a watch. I know some of you guys are saying, come on, Captain Obvious, tell me something I don't know. Of course, if you wear a watch, you're more likely to show up on time. All right, I admit that one seems common sense, but why is it then the majority of men out there aren't wearing a watch when putting this small accessory on your wrist is going to help you become more punctual and therefore more professional appearing? I don't know, maybe some guys are thinking it's price. I don't want to go out there and spend thousands of dollars on a watch. Well, guess what? You don't have to. The study was pretty clear. Any watch. So you can go out there and spend 15 to 20 bucks on a watch that looks decent, and guess what? Will get the job done, help you be more productive. Now, gents, there's a lot of research that goes in these videos, and if you enjoy them, if you like this kind of content, do me a favor and smash that like button. It helps me know that you guys like these videos. It reaches more men, and I really enjoy making videos like this that have the data, that have this scientific information. And if you want more, let's say you want to actually see the research, go down in the description of today's video. I will link over to the article at Real Men Real Style, where I actually link out to all the sources. The next simple item that you can wear that's going to make you more productive: throw on a sports jacket. Why? Because of the structure of the jacket. When you slip into it, all of a sudden, you're going to sit up more straight. And this is great for a Zoom meeting. This is great if you're going to be going in and giving a presentation. If you want to feel better, simply change the clothing that you're wearing. So many times we get very comfortable, especially when you're working from home in your sweats. I get it. A lot of people love that benefit. You can just roll out, go right into a meeting. The problem is when you're wearing the same clothing that you slept in that meeting, you really haven't changed. I mean, yes, maybe you took a shower, but hopefully you did. If you haven't done this, all of a sudden your mindset hasn't shifted. It's the science of enclothed cognition. This was out of a landmark study in 2012. We had Galinsky over at Northwestern University talk about how when people wore different jackets, it was painter's smocks, they were told, or a doctor's white jacket. It was the same jacket, but when they wore that doctor's jacket, guess what? They actually felt smarter and they performed better on exams. This was all clearly shown. So if you want to perform better in a presentation, you want to be more attentive, then simply change the clothing you're wearing. If you normally, again, default to sweats, put on some stiffer, maybe some jeans. Yes, you're dressing up, put on the actual shoes. I know you're in your house, nobody sees them, but this small transition right here all of a sudden puts you in a different state of mind. And again, what I love about the sports jacket is this is an item that has structure. It's built out in a certain way so that when you put it on, you roll your shoulders back, you put your chest out, you feel stronger. You just all of a sudden, you've got your shoulders built up in that meeting, you've got your video on, all of a sudden you just look stronger, more masculine, you look like the guy in charge, even if you're not, and that's a great thing. When you show up to a meeting, you show up looking good, you feel good, and you're going to perform at a higher level. Next up, start your morning by shaving with a straight razor, or maybe a safety razor. Point being is take a bit more time in your shave. Why should you spend 20 minutes, 30 minutes possibly shaving, getting ready, going through your grooming routine? Because you're going to slow things down and you're going to give yourself time to think. You're going to do, everyone talks about self-care. I have to admit, I hate that word, but I do think a man should be prepared for the day. And a big part of being prepared for the day is giving yourself time to wake up, to think, to get ready and meet the morning. Seriously, it's these small rituals that make a difference. Taking and making your own shaving cream in the morning, using a shaving soap, Badger brush right in there, go in there, mixing this up. Yes, it takes an extra 5 minutes. It's part of your routine, part of the time you give yourself to get your body ready for the day. Next up, select and wear a fragrance that's going to make you feel like $1,000,000. So there's this whole study about guys that didn't shower for multiple days who popped in on Zoom calls and people rated their confidence. Even though nobody could smell them because they didn't smell amazing, they felt that their own smell made them just look not good. And guess what? That was seen through the video. Strangely enough, everyone that saw the guys that had not showered, even though they looked the same as people that had showered, all of a sudden they were like, these guys just don't come off as confident as these other people. They couldn't smell them, but but they were able to pick up how the guys felt about themselves. And guess what? It applies to you. So make sure you've got a signature scent. What am I holding right here? My Mission fragrance set. These are 3 fragrances specifically formulated to help men feel more confident and better about themselves, so that they come off as more competent, so they come off as more powerful, as more of, just the guy in charge. Courage, honor, commitment, the core values of the United States Marine Corps and Navy. I put these in these fragrances. I infuse them with specific notes, and we got a whole course that goes with this. If this at all sounds interesting, the science of scent, being able to leverage smell to become more, just feel better about yourself. Now, gents, if this sounds at all interesting, down in the description of today's video, there's a link over to Mission Fragrances. Go sign up for our early bird list, no cost. We'll give you more information over there about what we're doing and the whole, all the data behind this. Really, it's a cool project, a passion project of mine, and we've already had a few hundred guys grab this scents. We only sell every few months, so it is something you've got to wait for the next launch, which I think is happening in April. So guys, if you're all interested, you want to get the best deal on the web, use that link in the description of today's video to go over to Mission Fragrances. Now, what about fitness trackers? What about smart clothing? Well, the data is still out on that. I wasn't able to find a study that clearly showed that wearing like a fit tracker around your wrist is actually going to make you more fit. Usually, and in this case, it is where people who really are already fit are usually gearing towards that, so there's a little bit of a bias. That being said, I do personally think that they work. And I wear an Oura ring. And what I love about this is it measures my temperature. It actually tracks my sleep. Really important to being more productive. And I go in and I look at, okay, why am I waking up at 1 o'clock in the morning and going to the bathroom? Well, I probably shouldn't be drinking tea at night. So it's a reminder to change my habits first thing before going to bed so that I'm able to sleep better through the night. I know for me that it has had a positive effect. And guys, if you've got an opinion about this, I want to hear it down in the comments below. Now, this next one, I admit, is not clothing, but it is an item I think a stylish man can add to his arsenal, and that is a really nice, comfortable mattress with great sheets, with a pillow designed for the way that you sleep in a room that you keep cool and you keep light out of. So there was a lot there, because I know for me, those are the things that when in place, I get an amazing night's sleep. Again, assuming that I don't drink a lot of water before going to bed. So one of the things, I bought an expensive mattress about a decade ago. And I know people say you should change your mattress every 10 years. Well, our mattress is still doing a great job. And it was one of those, memory foam, amazing mattress that I've slept on, thousands of times now, and I've gotten amazing night's sleep. I also spent more money on really nice sheets, comforters, because think about it, when you go to that really nice hotel and you get into that bed and you're like, wow, I wish my bed at home was like this. Why wish that? Why not actually spend the money? You spend almost 1/3 of your life sleeping, so why not actually have something really nice when you get into bed? Just look forward to getting in those sheets and make sure, a couple so you can wash them and clean them. Next up, make sure that you've got, you're keeping that light out. Really important if you want to get a solid night's sleep. In addition, the temperature, I know for me, is key. I like it about 65 degrees, a little bit cool out there, so I get under the covers nice and warm, and I try to keep it quiet. I've put a lock on the doors, done what I can. My kids, my daughter, she's 7, she still tries to sneak into the bed, but we lock it sometimes. Also, my wife and I like a little bit of privacy. Point being is you set up a system that I don't get a perfect night's sleep every night, but a lot of times I do. Oh, and the pillow. I sleep on my back, so I like a very flat pillow. I have found one, and I always hate it when someone steals it and I got to go look through all my. Point being is I do have a particular pillow, just gives me a great night's sleep. Next up on this list, when you're ready to go out and meet the day. Even if you're not leaving your house, but you're dressed, you look good, take a quick selfie and post it in the Real Men Real Style Facebook group. Outfit of the day. Why would you do something like that? Because you're publicly stating, hey, I look good, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to be productive. And something like this, again, it helps hold you accountable. You're going to get some comments, maybe, I'll jump in there and give you a little like. Point being is you're showing, hey, I've put together an outfit. I feel good about myself. And yes, some people may say, oh, you're a narcissist. No, you're not. You're simply, and you can even put in there, hey, I'm not going anywhere today, but I want to be more productive. So be pretty clear. And you may even want to post it publicly on Facebook so people can be inspired. See somebody that actually takes pride in his appearance and is going to get a great day's work in. And by the way, I'll be linking to the Armorous Facebook group down in the description of today's video. Next up on the list, AirPods, wireless headsets, whatever you want to go with. Guys, I will say, I know for me, this has really helped with productivity because I'm constantly listening to audiobooks. As a busy guy that's does the shopping for his family, has a lot of other things going on when I go to the gym, whenever I'm at the grocery store, whenever I'm just in an area that I basically have this dead time. I'm driving into Wausau, Wisconsin from my small town out here in the woods. All of a sudden, I get 20 minutes, 30 minutes of uninterrupted time to listen to audiobooks, podcasts, and basically sharpen the sword. Get a bit smarter, learn some new things, be introduced to some new ideas, constantly educating yourself. Guys, I can't stress enough how important it is to be learning new things all the time. Now, this next tip is super ninja right here, and that is when you pack your briefcase, when you put your laptop in your briefcase, forget your charger. Why? Because guess what? When you don't have your charger, and let's say you're working at a coffee shop, you're working at a remote office, you're simply somewhere, you've got a time limit of a few hours, maybe 5 to 6 hours. Your battery life lasts really long. Point being, you have limited amount of time to get the job done. So you're not going to go down that, hopefully not that YouTube, watching too many of my videos, because you're going to say, you know what, I love you, Antonio, but I've got work to do. So I'm only going to watch 3 of your videos, help with your watch time, but I'm then going to jump over my projects because my battery is going to run out unless I do. Now, this next simply stylish item is getting a bit old school, but we're talking about journals, writing things down. I know when I start my day, I love just to be able to empty my head onto my journal about what is in my mind. For me, it's the practice of writing things down. If you're curious, what is in my journal? What's in this old combat journal? Yes, that I took with me when I was in the Marine Corps into, just a number of situations. Guys, find out in this video right here where I reveal what is in my old combat journal, and I talk about the art of journaling and why it's important to me. Seriously, good video. Check it out right here. Boom. Hit that. Hit it. Boom. Click it. Go check it out. I'll link to it also down in the description.